video talking about becoming a sixth dimensional being. That video is uploading right now. Um, so yeah, make sure to check this out. But this is going to be about becoming a ninth dimensional being because literally, if you watch that video, in the middle of me talking about becoming a sixth dimensional being, I like received downloads on like becoming a ninth dimensional being, and I was like, okay, boom. So now I feel like I have so much I need to say. So I'm in the bathroom. So becoming a ninth dimensional being, you don't have to be rich to own your life. Because becoming a ninth dimensional being is when you own your life completely. You are the sole creator of your life. You own yourself and you own your circumstance. You take full responsibility for it because you consciously created it. You are one with the third dimension, the circumstance and situation. You are one with your character, the sixth dimension. You are one with your experiences, eighth dimension. And you are one with everything that you know, seventh dimension. So people think that, like, because the Mason world and studying all the dimensions and how to unlock them, which I feel like a fraud even speaking like this because it kind of puts you in a mind frame of this is like some woo woo spiritual Star Trek kind of thing, Masonic movie freaking kind of thing. When in practical terms, like we're all third dimensional beings, meaning we create. We're capable of creating our own circumstance. Used based on using the one and two dimension, which is one dimension, me, myself. I'm aware of myself. I'm aware of what I like to do and what I don't like to do, what I like and don't like, what I want, what I want and don't want. I'm aware of myself. Okay, two. Okay, there's someone else, there's another individual that also doesn't like what I don't like and likes what I like. Okay, let's come together and do what we like and don't like together. Okay, now automatically three. You're now in a situation. You're now not a situation, but you're now in a circumstance that you've created for yourself. Okay, and then becoming the next step from here, which would be to become an atmosphere, which would be to become like your own person, an individual, right? And becoming an individual is literally just having emotional control and having your own way of perceiving things, having your own mind, not being a follower. Boom, sixth dimension. Now you're a sixth dimensional being. You're your own person. Like you don't follow people like these are the people that's like popular in high school. These are like your celebrities, your stars. They don't follow anyone. They have their own thoughts, their own feelings. They stand on it. They they march to the beat of their own drum. Like they perceive things their own individual way. Like they do them. Like they're not trying to agree with you or disagree with you. Like they just have they have their own mind. They're their own person. Sixth dimension. That's a sixth dimensional being right there. And then the ninth dimensional being, that's all of your. That's like Elon Musk. That's Jeff Bezos. That's the people that are filthy fucking rich. Okay, but just because you're filthy fucking rich does not guarantee that you're a ninth dimensional being though, because this was another thing I really wanted to touch on in this live stream is that like it's an illusion because having a lot of money and thinking that because you have a lot of money you own and rule your life is an illusion because the Masonic world literally mimics the real world, like it mimics real life. So when you have lots of money, it appears as though like you're able to control your own experiences, your own circumstance. Like you don't have to go to work if you don't want to. You don't have to go to this school if you don't want to go to school, or if you don't want to go to that school. You can go to any school you want to. You don't even have to go to school. But actually, Well, I mean, when you have a lot of money, you don't, because you could probably just buy their assignments or some fucking dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, the laws still apply to rich people. Like, you're still gonna have to go to school if you're rich. You know what I'm saying? But with a lot of money, you can get away with a lot of shit. Is what I'm saying. But my point is that shit is still an illusion, because that's all just within the Masonic world. But in real life, meaning like the real world, which is your internal world, is the real world. Do you think your own thoughts? Do you have rule and authority of your own thoughts? Do you feel what you want to feel? Or do you lack emotional control? Are you unable to detach from your feelings? Are you able to control your vibration or not? Because that will tell you whether or not you're truly a ninth dimensional being. Because if you don't control your own thoughts, your own feelings, you can't possibly control your own experiences, eighth dimension. You can't possibly control what you know, seventh dimension. And you can't possibly control the space that you're in, ninth dimension. So you're not truly in control of your life. Even though, because it appears to be in this illusion, in this Masonic world, appears, oh, I am in control of my life because I have all this money. I don't have to go to I don't have to work a 9 to 5 if I don't want to. I don't have to go to that school. I can go to this school. I don't even have to go to school. I can just buy my way out of it. Or I don't have to, I can do whatever the fuck I want in this world, in this playground. But in life, an entity, a spirit looking to be born, could easily take over your mind, because you don't have your own mind, because you have not gained control and mastery of your thoughts. You can't turn off your thoughts at will. So any spirit could fucking infiltrate your mind, put you in whatever space it wants you to be in, create thoughts and feelings that it wants to, using your vehicle. You see what I'm saying? And you think it's you, but it's not. And so you think in this illusion that you're a ninth dimensional being, that you're the creator of your reality, that you have full authority of your life, but you don't. Externally, you do. Externally is the illusion, though. Internally, there's a bunch of spirits hijacking your ass. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of rich people right now that has been tricked, that thinks they're on top, that thinks they're in control of their life based on how much money they have, based on how much power they have, based on their position. But internally, you see what I'm saying? So that's why I titled this video what I titled it. Just because you're rich, being rich, you don't have to be rich to have ruler and authority of yourself and your life. A lot of people that have ruler and authority of their life, like the YouTuber Dolo the Pilot Man, look him up. He's a ninth dimensional being. He's not rich. You see what I'm saying? But he actually has ruler and authority of his life, despite how much money and despite how much power he has. So all that shit is just part of the Masonic world. All that shit is a trick. All that shit is an illusion. So to become a ninth dimensional being, you have to master the third dimension, which we've already have. If you're a human, you've already mastered the third dimension, which is the material plane, which we are the most mentally developed species on the planet, which is why we have ruler and authority over all the other animals, over all the trees, and we are also able to control our circumstance. How do you create a circumstance? Once again, it's just my own individual, my likes, my dislikes. I know my likes and dislikes. Okay, there's a second dimension. There's another person over there they have the same dislikes and likes as me. Okay, let's join and dislike and like things together. Boom, now you have a circumstance for yourself, third dimension. So then now if you want to become a sixth dimension, which is like just becoming an individual, just becoming your own person, not being a sheep anymore. It's just having your own mind, your own way of perceiving things, and then having your own feelings. How do you feel about that? You know what I'm saying? And put it together. Now you have a character now. Now you have an aura now. And then now ninth dimensional being, right? Becoming a ninth dimensional being, I literally just learned this shit today when I was, it came in as a download when I was making the video of how to become a sixth dimensional being. That video is being uploaded right now. But so to become a ninth dimensional being is controlling what you pay attention to. Because whatever you pay attention to, that's what you're experiencing. Eighth dimension. And whatever you, based on your experiences, that's how you collect information. That's how you collect wisdom. That's how you know, based by going through things, by experiencing things, which is seventh dimension. So you put the 7D I know with the 8th experience, you put it together, you have ninth dimension. So, which is the totality, which is the whole complete picture. So becoming, in practical terms, a ninth dimensional being has complete control of their internal world. And what's internal manifests externally. So manifest externally as somebody having complete control of their external life, which would look like someone who is in a powerful position, someone who has a lot of money. But people only pay attention to the external world. They only pay attention to what manifests out of the internal world, out of the internal work of having emotional control, of having your own mind, of not caring about standing alone because you already made your own mind up. You made your mind up. You made your mind up. You made your own mind. So you don't care if no one else agrees with you and you got to stand alone. You know, like going through all those battles of just being an individual, a sixth dimensional being. People don't want to go through do the internal work and fight that war of being an individual to reach being a ninth dimensional being, which is having complete ruler and authority of your circumstances, third dimension, and of who you are and who you becoming, sixth dimension. Nobody wants to actually do the internal work. They only just pay attention to the results, the fruit that come from the internal work, which is being in a power position and having a lot of money. And so there's a lot of people that manage to have a lot of money and be in a power position without doing the internal work. Makes sense. Anyways, without doing the internal work. And when you have spiritual children that looks the part but isn't actually truly internally the part, you have what we have today. Look at the world today. That's what you have, okay? The blind leading the blind. Chaos, nothing making sense, everybody wanting to fucking kill themselves because everybody's fucking miserable, masking their pain. That's what you have, okay? You have hell on earth. But when people actually do the internal work, okay, that's what I'm saying, like study the dimensions. Like study the dimensions because it sounds very like when you be like, oh, I'm a sixth dimensional being, it could sound very like, you know, like woo-woo, very like Star Trek movie, like, oh yeah, like I got superpowers, when it's literally just being an individual. Like it's literally someone that has emotional control and has their own thoughts and feelings and ways of viewing and perceiving things. Like a ninth dimensional being sounds like a fucking god, like, oh my gosh, like, but like ninth dimensional being is literally someone that has absolute control and authority of their world. They don't have to go to work if they don't want to go. They don't have to do anything that they don't want to do. They could create their circumstances consciously. See, we're all ninth dimensional beings because we're all consciously creating our circumstances. Consciously, but we're all also subconsciously creating our character. We're subconsciously creating our experiences based on what we pay attention to. We're all doing it subconsciously because we're all ninth dimensional beings, but we're just asleep. So we're not aware of how we're doing it. We're not aware that we're creating this shit for ourselves. But when you become a ninth dimensional being, well, you already are. But when you awaken your ninth dimensional body, that's when you do it consciously. That's when you're consciously creating your circumstance. You're consciously creating your character. You're consciously creating your own experiences. You're consciously creating what you're aware of. That's when you've awakened your ninth dimensional body. But we're all ninth dimensional beings. because we all do this. It's just because you didn't wake up your ninth dimensional body yet, you're not aware. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. Hi, what's your name? I seen it on, how to pronounce it. It's Nacella. Would you become a Mason? No, because their shit is weak. I literally just explained to you that like Masons worship the light. Like that's literally what a Luciferian is. It's a light worshiper. When you worship the light, that means you worship how the look of things, not the real. The real is you're not gonna see it. The real is internal. You can't see my internal world. You see what I'm saying? But you could see how I look, how I present myself. You see what I'm saying? And so when you're a Luciferian, you're worshiping that. You're, oh, this, he looks official, he has a suit on, but you're not looking at the unseen, what's internal. You know what I'm saying? Like, does he have his own mind though? Or is he a follower? Is he a yes man to his other bosses? You know what I'm saying? Like, anyone could wear a suit and tie and have a suitcase and be like, oh, he seems like he means business. But then when you experience him, he's a yes man. Okay, that's not a boss. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's about the internal. But people worship the light. People worship the look, how things seem, how things perceive to be on the surface. People don't actually look with their spiritual eyes. And that's the only reason why the Masons are able to run the fucking world. Because they're literally, anyways, they done made everybody Luciferians without knowing it. Anyways, isn't it all a big chore to do all that work just to be yourself? You have to do all that work just to be yourself because of all of the programming when you were younger, because you weren't taught this. If I grew up in a world where nobody understood anything and I have a bunch of trauma because I don't even understand myself, like for example, if you're an empath but you don't know you're an empath, and so you experience all these different energies coming at you, and it's building up a bunch of trauma because you don't know, so there's no like closure, there's no like understanding of why things happen to you the way they are, because there's no information about it. There's no one's talking about it. So you're just in the dark and you don't understand why. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, you have to, because then if you have all this trauma, you're running up off that trauma. Not to mention these movies, they program your mind. Everyone around you that's not awake is an agent. And what they say to you, how they talk to you, their mannerisms, you're taking it all in subconsciously, and it's all programming your subconscious mind. And so your character, 6D, is being hijacked from birth. And so now you're somebody that you're not. Your character does not reflect your nothingness, which is your space and location within the vast nothingness. It does not reflect you, which is the specific space and location within the vast nothingness that is you. Your character does not reflect that, so you're out of alignment. And when you're out of alignment, life is hard. That's simple. When you're out of alignment, life is hard. And then you can never ever become a ninth dimensional being if you can't even become a sixth dimensional being. So we don't even need to go there. So yeah, you do need to go through all of that just to be yourself. Unfortunately, because of the world that we fucking live in. Because you don't even know yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like, so how are you going to be yourself if you don't even know who yourself is? You get what I'm saying? You've been programmed since birth away from yourself to be a certain way. That's not yourself. You get what I'm saying? Secret societies are like an army, though, with a structure. Yeah, I guess. Are they agents, or are they just goons? Maybe you're giving them too much authority. No, they're agents because yes, you're right. They're goons, but that's why they're agents. Because their mind has been structured and programmed within a Masonic template. So everything that they spew out is what a Mason programmed them to say. You get what I'm saying? So they're agents in that way. Like, for example, I'll be in my room working on music, trying to follow my dreams. My mom will come in my room and she'll turn into an agent Meaning she'll be like, oh, you need to go get a job. You get what I'm saying? Like encouraging me to go put my dreams on the back burner and just go work for someone else, which is ultimately amazing. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm gonna get off live now. Check out the video that I just uploaded. It's probably done by now of how to become a six-dimensional being or whatever. And a download came in that video about being a ninth-dimensional being. So yeah, study the dimensions. I'm telling you, like if you want to fully come into yourself and realize yourself, for sure. Hi Jackie Lou, I love you, girl. Shout out Soul Group. All right, bye guys. I'm out.